Hello and welcome back to another episode of Let's React. I'm Kenny and this is Montana.
And today we're going to be reacting to Season 1, Episode 7 of Shera in the Shadows of Mystacor.
Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below if you have been following our Shera series and are excited for us to continue. Our next episode will be coming out next Thursday, and if you want to see that episode early, you can check out the Patreon listed in the description below, where we will be premiering episodes early every single week. Patreon versions also feature a lot more discussion from us, usually like 2 to 5 minutes more. So if you really have been enjoying the analytical part of these episodes, make sure to check out the Patreon linked in the description below. All right, I think that's about it. Are we excited for this episode of Shera and the Princesses of Power?
I can't wait.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.
Dunderheads, this video was brought to you by the incredible members of the Let's React Patreon. If you want access to a ton of exclusive perks, check out the link in the description below. Have a good day, Twinkle Toes!
I like the jellyfish trees.
Big fan.
Oh, it's like a comfy room.
Oh.
He seems like he's doing well. Like, you can do that. How weird is that?
5 more minutes. Go back to bed.
That's it. That's...
Why is it the one who snores is always the first one to fall asleep?
Oh, she is.
Adora can't come to the phone right now.
Sorry, too early to teleport.
What's going on?
Adora,
Forgot about the shadow spies as well.
Someone has to stand guard.
That's definitely what's going on.
I know you're on
here.
edge because of what happened with Entrapta's infected robots, but it's all over now. You've got to relax.
How are they
It's
gonna
the
find
safest
it?
and most peaceful place in all of Etheria. We'll have you relaxing in no time.
You know I've never relaxed in my life, right?
Well, we're about to change that.
I have anxiety.
Yeah, it's hard to be relaxed. I'm not just lame. That's not the full
I am,
picture.
kind of. That's not the reason I've never been
also
relaxed,
mentally ill.
ever. It's the anxiety disorder.
Oh. I like your theory that this is
The Rock.
the husband's
So
Of course,
beautiful.
Captain.
fully
How
charged, I
kind
guess.
of you to join me.
What's up with you? You're being spookier than usual. Another Adora mission. Fine. When do I leave?
The only place you're headed is outside my door to stand guard.
She's going herself?
You
How?
will see that I'm
Obsessed
not
much?
disturbed.
It makes sense for Shadoweaver's character if the angle they're going for is absolutely off the rails. She has been commanded several times by a very scary individual
Yeah.
to drop it. And initially she was sending out Catra, which like even still like risking a force captain and like deliberately
Yeah.
going against orders is already
Wasting
a pretty
resources.
big deal. Exactly, like you would get in trouble for that. Going yourself? Are you like...
She's going with her magic.
The way that she is treating Adora is so different from like the typical interaction of like she should theoretically have the same
I was
relationship
going to
to
say
Catra.
that if it was Catra, she would not care.
Would she care at all?
No.
No.
Now go. I said go. As one.
Oh no.
So she can unite all of the separate shadow things.
Oh my god. Ooh.
Definitely not a fan.
So a shadow monster is coming after. That's the shadows of.
We're here!
Yeah.
We're on a cliff overlooking a 1,000-foot drop.
Yes, we are.
She's just
But not
gonna
for
jump.
long.
Would they not die?
I think maybe it's just a mechanism.
No, are you kidding me?
Ooh, ouch. Are you okay?
I'm fine. I thought I saw...
Yikes.
She saw that.
Stress to happen.
Hang in there, Adora.
Oh no.
Next up, Mysticore. Just so you know, my Aunt Casta can be a lot. But don't worry, I know how
Coming
to
from
handle
Glimmer.
her.
So
Fit.
long since
Beautiful.
you've come to visit. And Bo. How nice Glimmer has finally started making some new friends. We were all so pleased when she started bringing Bo around.
I'm wearing the socks you sent me.
Well, I've always been fond of this one. So, what brings you all the way out here to visit your aunt?
Whoa. This is where all the sorcerers are.
You've come
Very
at the
cool.
perfect
I was fine
time.
until the
There's an
haircut
eclipse
comment.
this
That was
evening.
unnecessary.
I'm heading
And
right
then the
now
making
to
up
inspect
friends.
the lunarium. Oh,
Read
well
the
then,
room.
I guess it's up to
Bo.
Adora then. What do you say, my
Oh no.
dear? Sure.
Automatic
Oh,
yes.
no.
You
I
have
like
to.
her.
really wanted to show Adora the beach.
Well, if the beach is the only reason you're here, I certainly don't want to waste your time.
This is hard to watch. Hitting a little too close. Don't love that. Just nailed the gaslighting. Well, if that's the only reason you're here, I guess I'll just get out of your way.
Just like,
where did I say that? This is hard to watch.
yeah, this is.
Yeah, I didn't mean it that way.
This is
Her
Micah,
father?
my brother.
Yeah.
We trained in these very halls together.
Do you know what aunt means?
No, I was gonna say.
She doesn't know what an aunt is.
So sad.
Oh.
Please, not this again.
I am going to lose my mind. I am very interested in the dynamics of family interactions. I think it's one of the most fascinating things maybe ever. So I do a lot of research about stuff like that.
Come home and be like, you know,
And how
when
it-
you're in a conversational thing like this response is gaslighting.
This
or
is what
response
this
is bad,
means,
and
and this
she's
is
just
what this
ticking
means, and
every
it's-
box. I write her and she doesn't write back.
Oh, and the in the way it affects children and the way it affects relationships. I think it's like one of the coolest things ever.
Yeah.
Cool in like a terrible way, but cool and I want to know every single thing about it so I can avoid it at all costs.
Yeah. I think whoever
Whoever
wrote this was like,
show, I was gonna say,
okay, Dad.
I know, like whoever wrote this show, like, I'm sorry. I hope you and your
Literally,
parents are okay. I hope you're okay now.
This is too specific to not be personal anecdotal.
Exactly.
Like,
Ooh, same red.
Light Spinner, Shadoweaver.
Same red.
This is Shadoweaver. This is Shadoweaver. This is a corrupted sorcerer that...
Interesting.
Yep, it's Shadoweaver.
That would mean that Shadoweaver's relationship with Glimmer's dad is even more complicated than just the fact that they share the gemstone.
She sought power and complete control above all else, and she was cast out. Some say she never really left. Anyway,
Except she doesn't
on the
know
door.
because she's
Are
just
you
so
hungry?
on edge right
I've
now.
had the dining
Like,
room
how do you not hear
redone
Light
since the
Spinner and
last
think,
time.
that sounds like Shadoweaver?
Yep.
She saw a connection.
But that's the thing when you're
Aunt
like,
Cass has gone to fix us a big dinner, and now it's finally beach time!
No.
oh
It's
god,
worse than we thought.
oh this is so
we need warm
brutal.
sand and calming waves. Stat!
Through that statue.
Interesting.
It's time for something more.
If she could. Although maybe that thing can like do stuff for her. You know what I mean? Like
we
physically
just,
grab her.
Well, this is so much better, right, Bo? Just try it, okay?
Okay.
This is so relatable. This is literally what Montana does sometimes. The random hum
can't
singing.
relax.
A steam grotto.
Woo! Steam Grotto!
She's gonna see it while she's sleeping.
Could be literally either one.
Adora! Shadoweaver's here. I saw her. Shadoweaver was here. I saw her shadow on the floor.
What are
was
you
that sword?
talking about? Who is Shadoweaver? She isn't here. She was never here. It's not possible.
You're okay now. You got away from her. Do you want to try something else?
Did you see her in there? She's going nuts.
Shadoweaver's manipulating her.
No.
I'm not crazy.
This is a phenomenal example of something called hyper-vigilance, which is a symptom of a lot of different things, frequently anxiety and PTSD. And essentially what it means is your body is just on constant awareness, just checking around you, essentially perpetually feeling as though you're being hunted or watched.
Yeah.
And the way that Adora is just constantly checking her surroundings and unable to relax, even in this like incredibly safe, incredibly relaxing place,
Yeah.
is just absolutely textbook, except for the fact that
It's
she's
real.
right, which, as someone who experiences
You're like-
hypervigilance, that is maybe one of the worst things I can possibly imagine, because validating an irrational fear makes every other irrational fear rational.
Yeah.
Because that was irrational and it happened anyway. So how can you tell me for sure anything is
Yep.
not going to happen?
I
You
agree.
literally can't. So now it's real.
What's the plan?
Whatever whatever you're doing, I won't let you get away with it. Shadoweaver controls us both. Kendra, wait! Kendra!
No. Hall.
What have you done? I'm sorry, I didn't mean... I thought I just saw...
She could have destroyed the lenses that protect Mysticore. This is the kind of person you hang around with?
Oh.
How could you do this?
Oh.
I thought you were supposed to be our
Shadoweaver.
I am your
No.
friend.
You've ruined everything I've worked for.
I'm just gonna completely believe it. Damn it. Are you?
Okay, Shadoweaver is the worst.
Literally.
Shadoweaver.
No.
No, they're gonna know it's the one that left. Okay, at least they see it now. Oh no.
Adora!
This is also Shadoweaver.
Damn it. Are you freaking kidding me?
It's getting me too.
Everything that's about to happen is your fault, Adora.
To you, they don't understand you. Just as they did not understand me when I walked among them as light spinner. They want to use you for your strength. Rule by my side.
Yeah. Fight
These are my
back.
friends.
I love Adora.
The eclipse will be over in moments.
Oh my god.
The sword can transform.
Turn into a shield? I'm sorry.
I'm not going back.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so it's okay now.
I think I'm finally okay. She's gone.
You saved Mysticore.
Now she's relaxing.
Right here,
Oh.
Adora.
That's what you meant. That's what you meant.
Yep.
If you want to take down Adora, you have to go for the heart.
No.
No! What?
What?
I...
We were just talking about the hearts on his clothes.
Why
and how
are
cute
you
and nice
suddenly...
they were.
Why are you Team Shadoweaver? She's like terrible.
She's the worst. I think that's about it for episode 7 of Shera and the Princesses of Power. What did you think?
Incredible. I love this show so much.
It's just fantastic.
It's just so good, so relatable. The story's amazing.
If you enjoyed that episode, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. Our next episode, episode 8, I think it's called Princess Prom, will be coming out next Thursday at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Or if you want to see that episode now in its extended, uncut form, check out the Patreon linked in the description below. Before we get to answering the questions left by our Patreon members, where are we headed?
All right, let's go to the episode verdict.
Now we're going to head to questions given to us by our Patreon members. If you want to ask us questions after every episode of any show we watch, check out the Patreon, join at any level, and you can ask us these questions. For now, let's get to question 1. Cece asks, what are your thoughts on Adora's upbringing and how it affects her inability to relax in this episode? Her seemingly not understanding the concept of downtime and how this intertwines with her self-worth / feelings of usefulness as it connects to her relationship with others. Also, fellow homeschooled psych grad here in Montana, it's so nice to see one of my kind. Love your psychoanalysis of the characters.
Thank you so much. We love homeschooled psych grads. It's a very niche type of person, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, this question, phenomenal question, and it just really brings to mind one quote, which is, when you're born in a house that's on fire, you believe the world is on fire. And it just so exemplifies the fact that she has been raised and trained and pruned into this weapon, essentially.
Yeah.
She's not a person to Shadoweaver. She's not allowed to indulge in any of the things that make life enjoyable. And to the degree that anytime she does something that is not perceived as valuable to her caregiver, like you as a child have an established caregiver, and that you biologically are programmed to want to please them. That's how ancestral children survived. So when the only thing that you are rewarded and validated for is tied to your ability to be useful to that person, when you are separated from that person, you have no sense of self-worth or any feelings of usefulness. There's no way for you to get that feeling. So you go back to everything that you did for your initial caregiver that got you that validation.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what her friends want. But her friends aren't requiring that from her. They want her to relax and enjoy herself and have fun and really just figure out who she is outside of the Shadoweaver's favorite soldier. So I think that the way that her friends are handling that is going to be so helpful for her healing process. So I think that's very cool.
I also agree, and I think that the representation of the Shadoweaver literally being around every corner, I think that honestly this episode could have been done without Shadoweaver even actually using her magic, except for the knocking out of the people in that building. But I think like this was both a physical, like she stopped Shadoweaver magically, but also metaphorically. There was a line she said where she said, I think I'm okay now. Like she didn't say Shadoweaver's gone. She said, I think I'm okay, which make and then at the end where she was like Glimmer on the beach, I think that she sort of excised a bit of her like trauma from her childhood by like literally confronting Shadoweaver as she was going after her and her friends. I love that.
All right, Valentina M asks, what do you think of Glimmer's marks on her back? What do you think they are? Birthmarks, tattoos?
Yeah, that was a distinctive sort of like detail they put in there. So I feel like it has to be intentional. There was a lot of different, like, because they were lying down on a beach and like moving through like a sauna. We got to see sort of like different parts of characters that we hadn't seen drawn before. And this was one of them. Another one was the hearts on the bottom of both shoes, which I thought were cute.
Very cute.
But this one was like, what could that be? I think I know what it is. Angela, Queen Angela, probably carries a trait where her children, if they were like pure princesses, would probably have wings. Potentially Glimmer isn't a pure version of like a pure princess child.
Because her dad was a sorcerer?
Potentially.
Interesting.
And for that reason, she like partially has them or has like a marking for them, but like it's like, almost like a, I don't even know how to describe it, but do you get what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I think potentially it could be a reference to her mom's wings because those looked like kind of wing position.
Smaller
they were in the
version.
spot where wings would come from.
Yeah.
And they looked like little fluttering wings. So I think maybe it has something to do with her mother. What do you think?
Yeah, I think it could definitely be a genetic thing. I wonder if it's like birthmark that you have that's related to your powers, because like teleportation, I could kind of see how wings would symbolize teleportation in like a metaphorical
sense. And her cape
sense.
kind of looks like wings.
Exactly. So like maybe that's just her thing, or maybe they're small versions of what her mom has, because that biologically would make sense.
JHCR asks, as we're a good way into the show now, what are your impressions of the show? Is it different than you expected?
I love the show so far. I think they've done a fantastic job with it. It's incredibly interesting. I'm loving the representation. Just about every character has an aspect to them that would make them not your like typical character in like older media, which is really great to see. And it's not done in a way that's like tokenism. You know, they're just a really representative cast of characters, and it's fantastic.
Yeah.
It's different than I expected in the sense that it's infinitely more relatable than I anticipated. You know, I
like
kind
specifically to Montana.
Specifically to me, not trying to, you know, make everything about me, but like this is literally spot on for me. So I did go into this anticipating like, oh, cute princess shows, not let me talk to Joanna about this next week. You know what I mean? So, but really interesting, really cool, and I really enjoy it.
Yeah. I totally agree. I love the show, and I'm just so excited to see where it goes. And my impression of the show is that we don't fully grasp what it's about yet.
Oh, 100%. There's so much that could happen.
Yeah, it seems like we're still in the beginning phase of getting to know everybody, and then they're going to start the plot soon. So yeah, all right. I think that's about it for questions. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe down below, and check out the Patreon linked in the description below if you want to see episode 8 early, which will be coming next Thursday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, I think that's about it. Are we excited for next episode of Shera?
Oh, absolutely.
All right, let's get it.
Let's go.